that is less of needs less of involvement. I have searched and found Steve Maris, and he will come and replace Len. He will join us in about 2 weeks. Len will be with him and show him the way in our village for the next couple of weeks or so, as long as we need, and then he will be parting with us. So with that, I do believe that we need a motion.
Yes, Mayor, is there a motion to appoint Stephen Maris,
Hemaris. It's Hemaris.
Right. As superintendent of buildings, upon civil service approval for the remainder of the official year?
How do you spell it?
Hamirs. Maris.
Thank you.
Moved by trustee Hope, seconded by trustee Namdar. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries.
Okay. This is not it.
I just want to mention, we don't have a live stream, but he's recording it and he'll be uploading it.
Okay. All right. All right. So he says you want to discuss the 44 North Road first, just because he has the link.
Internet.
Oh.
There's no Wi-Fi?
No.
All right, that's fine. I think we can do that, and then we can do the sign application after. We're going to the new business for a few seconds, maybe a couple minutes. About 44 North Road is asking for an address change.
Good evening, Your Honor, members of the board. My name is Daniel Meyerzadeh for Luxury Builders.
Nice. Okay, you want to just state the...
Microphone's
Requesting.
not working? The microphone's not working.
Thank you. Requesting an address change from 44 to 46.
Okay, so currently it is 42, 44, 48,
Correct.
and that is the last. The 48 is a corner lot, and it's the last.
I believe so.
Right.
Why you want to change it?
So we built the house for sale, and it seems like the number 4 is not a very favorable number.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, he's still gonna have 1-4.
I know, but it's a double whammy instead of a single whammy.
Okay. So 44 is definitely not a good number. All right. No, I understand that. I think that has been brought up to our attention before, and we did change. We've done that before. I personally don't have an issue with if there's not going to cause a significant problem. I did ask to find out if the house that is now 48 is subdividable, and I was told that it's most likely not.
From my understanding, it
Right.
might be at some point.
Right. Well, it's not currently, and again, I don't think under our administration it's going to happen. But if they do decide to do that, and another administration comes and wants to allow that to happen, they can probably go from 48 to 50, because 50 does not exist from what I.
Correct.
Okay. So because of that, I don't see any reason, if it's causing burden on the owner, to change that to 46.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Wait, I just want to make sure that the board is in agreement.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Need a
That
motion?
being said, is there a motion to change the street address of Section 1, Block 82, Lot 66 on the Nassau County tax map to 46 North Road, Great Neck, New York 11024? Moved by trustee Hope, seconded by trustee Namdar. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I have a question,
Mm-hmm.
if I may. How does this affect Nassau County? How does this affect everything from here on up?
Nassau County has no involvement in,
The address changes.
the address goes to village and the
Postal service.
post service.
Postmaster has already.
But who notifies North Hempstead and Nassau County?
So it's going,
Oh, that's they go by the STL, they
Right.
don't go by the
Lot.
street.
right, they don't, right, they go by lot number, not by the address.
But they go by both, actually.
Sorry?
They go by both.
But they use that anyway.
It doesn't answer my question.
Okay, we can put
It,
that.
the tax map number is what the address goes by, or what the property goes by. To that beyond that, I would suggest that it behooves the owner here to inform the county and the town.
Except that it's your decision, that's why I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm asking this board, having made such a decision, who then notifies all the appropriate authorities that this gentleman's house no longer has the same address because it's important?
Like the post office.
If I may say so, the post office.
Right.
Post office will not notify.
No, I mean, who notifies the
No.
Okay, right, who notifies the post
He
office?
already has notified.
And the post office has already approved it.
They can't though.
They
I mean,
did.
The village has to.
No, they do have to also. We usually, it usually comes to us, we send it to them.
Right.
But it already has been done. As far as town of North Hempstead and the, if there are any mails coming, I'm sure the postmaster knows that the address has changed from 44 to 46, because they don't, and as far as the postmaster being notified, they already have been notified. I'm sure the letter will go out from our village to the postmaster as well.
And emergency
Excuse me,
services.
may I actually form this as a legitimate question to be legitimately answered? Would you mind? I'm not asking for your address to go to be unchanged. Rebecca Rosenblatt Gilliard, obviously, what I'm suggesting here is that there is governmental process that seems to be ignored. The gentleman wants his address changed, no one's objecting to the address change. The question is, if you're going to approve it, how does that affect all the other governmental entities going forward? How are you going to notify them that you made this decision? And I don't think it's just a matter of, well, the post office will know. Who tells the post office officially? Who tells the town
I
of
just
North
told you that
Hempstead?
it's going to be notified.
Say it again?
I said that he will send a letter as well,
A letter?
even though he has done it already.
Who will send a letter?
Abraham,
Abraham will send a letter to,
the postmaster.
and who else?
Well, that's what we're sending. If we need to send anyone else, we can ask
There's
the.
no legal duty to send notice to anyone else.
That's an official legal opinion. We don't have to notify anybody else that
that
his
is my
address
res-
is changed?
That is my response to your answer.
Okay. Thank you.
It's an address change.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what can I do? I have a 44. And it seems that,
So did you come to the board?
no, I'm
So you can
I'm
ask,
now.
put yourself on the agenda, and address your question
Well,
also.
Because this seems to be now getting a trend. The first person was a couple of
Jean,
years.
what's the issue?
Can I finish, please?
Yeah, but you know, we have.
Let me finish. The first person came, I haven't been here since, what, August, so give me a break. The first person came because it was a 48, I think it was at the time. They got it changed, and it seems only an ethnical group, the Asian community, that wants to change their numbers. So you're setting a precedence here, or it's already been set, it seems, because that person got changed, then another person, now we have somebody else. So why
It's
are
the-
we changing it
Why?
just for...
I tell you why. It's not for one entity. Other people may have different requirements or needs. It's a village that is forming. There are new people coming in. People have their beliefs, and all beliefs are respected. Now,
Okay,
if
so
someone,
I can
well, let me.
change-
You spoke. Let
So
me
I
finish.
can
Let me
change-
finish.
well, I'm
Let me
listening
finish.
for you.
Let me finish.
Okay.
You asked. I'm responding to a question. If someone comes and doesn't like the number 44, and we can change it, there's 42, 44, 48, we can change it, we'll change it. But if it was 44, 42, 44, 46, this would not come up. Now, if you want to change it, even if you're not Asian, and it bothers you, or you like a different number that we are capable of allowing you to change, by all means. Doesn't have to be one, I know, ethnic group versus others. This ethnic group doesn't like number 4, and to me, it's absolutely acceptable. They don't like 4. They don't like 4. Some people don't like 13. Listen, there are some buildings that don't have 13 in the building. You know that, right?
Okay,
Room
so
13 in
I
many
cannot
hospitals,
change mine.
room 13 does not exist.
Forget the 13.
No, but I'm not. Why? Why forget 13, not 4?
Because we're going on to something else.
No, it's not. It's the same topic.
What we're saying is, I cannot change mine unless there's a gap between my house.
You can definitely put yourself on the agenda and we'll discuss it. As we discussed this. That's fine with me.
Because it'd be hard to sell. No, do it now, I might be moving very soon.
Okay, do we need to, we voted already? Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Don't forget the fire department. That's important, fire department. They'll be looking for 44 or whatever, and it doesn't
The post
exist.
office will notify, and then believe me, the sign is going to say 46, not 44. Every, yeah. Everfresh sign application, we're going back to,
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Board. I brought a representative from the sign company that's
Hello.
making the sign for us. His name is Jerry, and Jerry can explain and answer any questions you might have about the lighting.
How are you? My name is Jerry Greenberger, Borough Park Signs.
how are you? Okay, so I think the question was the material that you're using, the lighting, the brightness of the lighting.
The lighting modules that we're using are the VL Plus from Sloan LEDs. It's going into the channel letters, which are aluminum cans with a plexi face, and on top of the plexi face will be translucent vinyl, printed to the colors of Everfresh, and that's how it lights up.
So the light comes, the question I think that was brought up by Bart was if the light is coming through or is it a backlight?
Diffused. No, it's coming. It's front lit.
It's front lit, so
Front lit,
it's
like-
not a silhouette lighting.
No, it's not the backlighting.
It's not a
front lit.
backlight.
where the light.
Like CVS on the same block that does front lighting.
I wouldn't use that again.
No, I'm just
I don't think anyone is happy about the lighting of CVS, and that was done actually before they changed the need, right?
well, the difference between this one is that we're using a translucent vinyl, which has the translucency that a white translucent plexiglass face. That's where the light would come through, but then we're applying vinyl on top of it, so it won't be as bright as a normal translucent plexiglass that the light shines through. So it does diffuse it a little bit. It's less bright than, let's say, a CVS, but that block, which passing by is a pretty dark block, it just gives the identity of what this supermarket is. And
I'm just gonna throw it out there just because I like the lighting that the Metro used. It's almost the same idea, but it's you know what Metro looks. No?
Metro, is that the sandwich, the bakery?
No.
Wow,
No, the flat, right across the street from where you guys are.
Oh, the flop is the forest across the street from us. I'll show you.
So that actually looks, during the night, it's a very soft light, and during the daylight, it actually becomes a well, they're using black, but I'm sure you can use any other color.
Right.
Would that be a possibility? So because we don't want to start having these lights coming from behind. That was that's what the village has done for a while. So is it possible that we can do anything like that, like a
What-
silhouette lighting, or
You're
it's
saying,
not?
is it black, it's a black face and then it lights up in the front?
It becomes white at night and it's dark in the morning. It's
Becomes-
black in the morning and it's white at night.
The face of it is white.
Face of it is white.
So it won't be much brighter than that. I know what you're talking about. It's a black white
Mhm.
acrylic.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not as bright as the white. So this will have the same effect except in a color. This will be because we're having the white acrylic and then we're applying a vinyl on top of it. So it's going to diffuse it more than if it was just
More than a
completely
CVS or
Right. CVS is
what's
just
the
a
other
red.
one? Rainbow? Raindew.
Right.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't have an issue.
Get it out there.
Are all those lights gonna be lit up, those E as well?
Yes.
Every panel.
Yeah.
The plastic that they show us to have the light behind it, you didn't take into account that this deterioration is a function of time due to exposure to UV light, and also the maintenance of replacing those lights that they don't have is high in comparison to having the lights in front.
The LEDs that we use are Sloan LEDs. We've been using them for I would say 15 years, and they come up with better modules. The reason why we switch out LEDs, and we've done this with a lot of chain stores, we switched out the LEDs to these LEDs because the service is about 90% less than it was with the old LEDs and with the neon. So these LEDs, the service need for this is much less than any other lighting that existed beforehand. And these are Sloan LEDs. This is like the Cadillac of LEDs. So we're very happy with it, and our experience with this modules have been excellent.
I brought up the plastic.
The acrylic.
Plastic and acrylic exposed to UV lighting, it does deteriorate as a function of time.
Yes. And
I'm not talking about the lighting
the
itself,
issue.
I'm familiar with LED lights. I'm also familiar with the plastic. So you don't wanna put lights up and then have deterioration of plastic in front of it and have the integrity of the plastic and the sign deteriorate as a function of time.
Correct. The acrylic that we use is designed for outdoor use. What happens is, it sounds like you know, that the sun sucks out the moisture of the acrylic, and if it's handled, it could become brittle. And this is something probably after 15 years. We like to recommend our clients to replace their signs every 8 years. And I think that the acrylic, as long as it's not touched, as long as it's not handled, will last a very long time.
And I would like to point one other thing to use. I don't object to red, but it's one of the weakest pigments available.
The
Red,
UV.
brown, and it's going to deteriorate also before anything else.
So the red does. We use UV inks when it comes to digitally printing our
It still
vinyls.
deteriorates.
It deteriorates 100%.
Red, you don't get a red car. You'll find out what happens when you get a red car.
Right.
As a function of time. Same thing happens with signs.
It's true. Red. The sun sucks out the red out of.
So why, if that's gonna deteriorate for 15 years,
It's
what are we worried about the lights for?
it won't deteriorate. If anything, it'll become less red, But again, we recommend refreshing the sign every 8 years, and by 8 years, it'll still be good.
Why make that kind of investment if it's gonna deteriorate within 8 years?
'Cause we gotta stay in business.
They gotta stay in business and they have to watch their expenses as well.
It's a good point. But like anything else, I mean, everything needs to be.
I think I think Doctor has has a point, but also it's the design that they've chosen. Some
Red and
people like
green
red.
is a fresh
There's
supermarket.
still red cars are being sold all the time. It is what?
They deteriorate all the
Right,
time.
right. But I think people still buy it, and I'm sure. If the sign is not maintained properly, if we ask Everfresh, I'm sure they'll respond to it in a very timely fashion.
I wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
In your dreams.
Yes.
These lights, can they be dimmed at a certain time, maybe at 11 o'clock, they turn them
Maybe if you stand up at the mic so you can, everybody in the back can hear. When we stand up.
My question is, man, maybe these lights can be dimmed down after a certain hour of night, maybe around 11 o'clock if the light goes.
I don't know how much light there's going to be that
I
we
don't
did.
know, that's what I'm just saying. People
Right.
are concerned about how much light they're putting out over the sidewalk and, light pollution and stuff. Maybe they can be dimmed down at a certain time. They put them on a timer, maybe 11, 10, whatever the board so chooses.
And if that's a concern, then I could recommend that Everfresh, their electrician who takes care of the lighting inside, will do something that is done with the timer.
So I suggest we'll see how it looks first, if it's approved.
Right.
And if it's desired that we tone it down. And I don't think, because of the type of lighting, we're not talking about spotlights here, we're not talking about.
I know, but you will have. I'm sure you have a switch.
If they. If
No, but
it's-
you will have a switch.
Right, of course.
So if the switch, you can just put a dimmer on it.
Right.
Okay.
Timer.
Yes.
Amy Glass, Hampshire Road. I have a related issue. I have no problem with the signage as it stands now. My issue is more with the rest of the frontage, which is composed of these off-white plain panels. To me, frankly, when I walk along there, it looks unfortunately like the store is closed. As we all know, most stores have a lot of glass in the front so people can see what items they're selling. And when the store goes out of business, they put plain plywood panels in front of the glass. And frankly, this is what this store looks like to me, and I think it's unfortunate for the look of the block. So I'm just suggesting, if you're thinking, and I think the addition of any sign like the one they have is a big improvement. But for people who are actually walking and whose eye level is not anywhere near that sign, their experience are the plain beige walls. And I'd love to see you, if at all possible, put some sort of attractive design elements on those panels. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So I think as long as you have, on what Louis mentioned about dimming it, I think as long as you have a switch that we can add, if we do see that it's too bright, we can add that on. And just to respond to, well, no, I think that's fine. Okay, very good.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yes, Mayor, is there a motion to approve the sign application pursuant to Article 15 of the Village Code of Chapter 575 at this time? Moved by Trustee Hope.
Second.
Seconded by the Mayor. All in favor?
Alright.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any opposed? None.
So as we had mentioned before, we're going to item B in the old business. There has been many accidents in certain areas in Great Neck. We have asked the police presence and have looked at different areas as it had come to our attention, and we would like to, we wanted Louis to be here. I actually went to a couple of these places with Louis, looked at what could be done There are questions about if stop signs can or cannot decrease these accidents. We do believe that despite the fact that there are stop signs, many people, not many, but there are some who don't pay attention and actually don't even slow down and pass these stop signs. But we agree that majority of people at least slow down if they don't come to a complete stop. So adding some stop signs to certain areas, I believe that can make those areas safer. So with that said, I think we're going to discuss Hampshire and Fairview, the corner of Hampshire and Fairview. That's the one that came first. Um, we have someone who wants. Is there a? Do you want to talk about it or you just want to show something? Fred.
I want to talk about it then. So I have some pictures of a few accidents that I happened to be home, and I happened to hear this sound, and I happened to be in the one of the corner rooms. Otherwise, I wouldn't even notice. So if it is.
Wait, that's not the address on the agenda. Is this just a different item?
We're going to have there are a couple of different places. What do you have on the agenda?
It says stop sign at
The Croydon?
Berkshire and Radnor and Croydon.
Yeah, we're going to have that next.
That's the one we should discuss if it's on the
So
agenda.
these are.
They're all. It's the same idea. So we discuss them like this.
It's a legal agenda. Tell him it's a legal agenda. Why? It's a legal agenda.
It's the same idea.
It's a legal.
Okay, we'll get to it. Okay, we'll get to it.
Why?
Go ahead.
There are like 4 or 5 different types of accidents, and I happen to be a licensed engineer, and I happen to have studied statistics and traffics and likelihood of accidents happen. If you're given it instead of short period, let's say 1 second, the likelihood of an accident happened during that period, let's call that P. And this P happens, this accident happens if one person makes a mistake, gets distracted, doesn't stop at the stop sign. So if we have 4-way stop sign, in this case, the probability will be P squared, meaning if it is in a unit of time, in 1 hour, there is like one accident, it would be 1 in a million. The reason why I believe this place needs a stop sign, 4-way stop sign is this. People going, many accidents happen, the ones I observed, people going people are going east and want to make a left turn to north, and then behind the hill, a car, usually the speed limit, I noticed they put it 20, it's 30, but they put a sign recently 20 miles per hour. After that, even there's several accidents. People speed up, and by the time they notice that it's going to be a collision, it's too late. Sometimes they run into the curb. And another type of accident is you're going south on Hampshire Road. Go south on Hampshire Road. If you look to the left, you can't see anything unless you go, I showed this to Louis, until you go a few feet into intersection. If the guy is speeding up, or he's going at normal speed, now there is a very high likelihood that there's going to be a collision. I went to the website of Institute of Transportation Engineers, and I derived some curves. And there are 2 types of standards. K is the coefficient of.
Sorry, Doc. For the sake of the time, I don't think we need to.
Okay. Just for the sake of the time, and make it short. The 2 standards, if the roads are good or the roads are perfect or the roads are slippery. So based on the curves that is provided from the equations, they provide you have to, from 200 feet, you have to enforce the speed of 15 miles per hour per their standards. Not only that, if you go, I measured the